All right, how's audio now? Can you hear me? Do we have audio, or is it kind of reverb too? Can I get a quick yes in chat if you can hear me? Looks like we will just roll with this. Oh, perfect. Thank you. If you can hear me still, I'm going to try to switch one setting off. I don't know if it's got two mic inputs recording. It looks like it might. How about? Okay, that must be the setting I need right there. I appreciate it. Sorry about that. Been kind of rough the past couple days trying to keep work going. This little one was sick. And just doing a short live, not like the last one. The last one ran over until my wife walked in from after work and we were late on lunch. So we're just doing a little live Q&A. If you got questions for us, leave me a comment in there. I'll try to keep an eye on it. Looking at the crypto markets and stock markets and all, not looking pretty. Definitely not looking pretty. I did leave some links in the description on one of the last live videos I did. I encourage you to go check them out if you're into the crypto or stocks or anything that you can invest in and trade. Many different ways of doing it. I encourage you to look at some of these people I've linked up down there. As some of you know, I'm trying to get more into investments and money on the channel here. Let me shrink this down. Hopefully you guys like a little bit of it.
Dad,
Yeah.
are we going to go live?
Yeah, we're live right now. You want to say hi to people? Yeah, see these people right here? Good morning. Super Roofer, good morning to you.
No, Dad. We go live, like real.
Hey, do you want to tell them your name? Do you want to tell them your name? No. Nothing is safe anymore. Yeah, I mean, knowledge in yourself, they can't take that from you. Just real quick on a couple things. Why I want to get more into this. I've learned a lot with YouTube. I want to give back a little bit. I've never shared anything financial, money wise, investment wise, but I tell you how I can relate this to the roofing industry. People come on YouTube, learn what they want to learn to save money. Times might be tough and they need to do it themselves, which is great. That's why I do the YouTube channel. As far as why I want to share a little bit of this, when it comes to the roofing supplies and the cost of inflation is just out of control. Last week, OSB in my area jumped $10 in a day. A couple days later, it went up another buck. We're up to about $27 a sheet right now for 7/16 OSB. All suppliers of mine announced January, mid-January, got emails coming through that price increase. January. Like, I've never seen a price increase in January. Last year, we saw 5 increases. This is ridiculous. So if you're putting your money in the bank, it's devaluing its purchase power. So 20 bucks is always gonna be 20 bucks, but you're losing your purchasing value. Look at real estate markets, things like that. First time home buyers, I feel bad for them. Moving your money into assets, whether it's stock market or anything, you want to get in before people FOMO it. You want to get in like now. I mean, let me check out something here. I'll bring this down. This is something I try to look at rather often. Actually, I'll bring it up and then slide it down here. Just go to Google and bring up a fear and index.
Hello. Hello.
Look at this.
Hello.
13. It's still dropping. A lot of people are terrified to death. And I've made some of my best money in investments in the crypto markets when this thing is low like this. Where the people? They're right here. They're talking up in here. So if I can share anything, if you're new to it, check out some of the links and just kind of start gathering your own knowledge and information and get your money to work for you. So looking at this is Matic. It's a crypto that I've done a lot of day trading in. Can you turn that down just a little bit or turn your headset on? Time out here just for a second. Turn your headset back on.
They're on.
No, it's not. It's coming out on the phone. There, is it powered on? There we go. Massive mad sell off this past week. Sitting sideline, buying some very short, risky against the trend. Yeah. No, you did it. Oh, it's because your headset's dead again. You want to go sit on the couch and listen to it?
That again?
Yeah, we need to charge your headset. Sorry for the technical difficulties here. Let me close this so I can see your comments. I still think it's going to go down for sure, but I've been sitting sideline doing very short-term, small scalp and day trades. Um, the short-term trades that I've been doing consist of minutes to hours. There's been a couple I've gone into a couple days, made some money in an overall downtrending market, which is not really ideal unless you can watch it. But it's a lot better sitting out wishing you were in a trade than being in a trade wishing you were out of it. And then there's another term I learned recently, just over the past few weeks, that I've been trying to model off of, and it's saved me a ton and made me decent money. And that is bears make money, bulls make money, and pigs get slaughtered. Or it might be a slight modification of that version. Pigs make money, and then hogs get slaughtered. Maybe that's the term. But either way, small profits are better than just going, God, I made a mistake. That sucks. So this isn't strictly just a live Q&A on crypto. It's live Q&A on riffing too. So if you got any, hey, can you turn it down just a little bit? I will set a time limit on this to about 11 o'clock. We're going to get off here so we can get some food going. Yeah, another thing I try to think about when it comes to the roofing materials and money. Right now, the roofing materials are going sky high because the demand, the lack of supply is just driving the cost up. So if you think about that when it comes to money, and the Fed can just print money, they can just go into a ledger and make some key entries and print out some more money, it makes what you and I have value decline. So they can't really do that with crypto. Well, at least they're trying with the CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies, which I'm not really a fan of. Yeah, they've announced three or four planned increases this year. I believe it's 3.25% each. Greedy pigs get slaughtered. Yeah, it's something like that. So anyway, just looking at the markets here, I usually watch rather often on a 5 minute chart and then kind of get an idea on the 15 minute, the 30 minute, the 1 hour, all the way up to the day just to see which way the overall trend is. So if you go to a day, it's looking really bad here. Whoops, zoom that one out, zoom this one in. So again, this is just typical, this is Matic, not Bitcoin, but they're all kind of following each other. It's just not looking good from just a few weeks ago when Matic hit its all-time high of like 280 something, 290. It wicked up real high right there, almost $3, just looking bad. So once the market does finally bottom out, I'm going to deploy a lot of my assets sitting sideline, just kind of ride it back up through the winter. I hope it's going to start finding a little bit of a bottom. But the good thing is I haven't had any of this loss. I've not incurred any loss right here. I feel bad for the people that do. So don't ever start FOMOing in at these points here. At that point, it's too late. You guys have any crypto questions? I'll do my best to answer as well. Just four of you on here. Where are you guys all watching from? Everybody zoom into like an hourly chart too. I want to share. Last night, I almost got into a short position, but I was like, nah, I don't think it's looking too good. I've had a handful of short trades through all this decline and still made money on these little short upbursts here. But last night, look where we are at. Today's 22nd, 21st. It was in the evening. Somewhere after this, well, yesterday I saw this big drop happening, and I was like, this might be a good bottom. But then when you start zooming out and you look back where your recent support is and just looking at some things didn't look good. Looking at the day chart, technical analysis not 100% sure, but it can kind of lead you to make a better informed decision. To me, there was definitely a head and shoulder pattern here. And again, there's let me see what the guy's name was. I think it's called the Trading Channel. Yeah, the Trading Channel. It's in the description. He's got some phenomenal technical analysis and in all like stock and forex crypto. It's you can use it everywhere. So looking at what he was saying and some other YouTubers, I'm like, man, this just doesn't look good. If we come down lower below this, to my opinion, the shoulder line, you got this support area here. It's not going to look pretty. We had a pretty big wick. Still, no, it's the day chart. Go back to the hour. So I did not get in 1600 last night. Yeah, so a little short uptick, and then boom. I woke up this morning, my girl waking up, my wife and I go take care of her, and I'm just like, holy hell, we're down to the 140 cent range on Matic and just wicked way the heck down there. And then almost got into a very short trade getting her breakfast in this area. But when you look at all the other things going on with it, and you're looking at the RSI and the MACD, I mean, just this oscillation here coming down, I'm like, no, it's not good. We still got down to do. So my personal opinion, I would rather be missing all this bad and wish I was in a small uptick than just missing a ton. So that's just my investment strategy. And it seems to be working. I make more managing my investments myself than doing roofing right now. So I am looking to maybe get into a trade today, but I want to make sure. So I was looking at it in this area and I was like, no, I want confirmation. It gets to here and I'm like, it doesn't look good. Typically you'll come up to one of these higher valued, this is the 200 moving average, but this is on the 5-minute chart. So it takes the last 200 candles into account. And sure enough, it starts to continue to go down. Any questions, people? Roofing related, roofing repair related. Mama, I still need to get in touch with you. I apologize. It does take a lot to run companies, to manage investments, to be a dad, be a husband. So I haven't had a chance to get in there. I have been actually lacking on checking the YouTube email stuff. So I'm sorry. Yeah, don't get fooled out with these little things here. Whenever your moving averages are flaring out and you're trading on the opposite side that you want to be, it's just not looking good. Now, if you're shorting the market, it'd be good, but my brokerage that I do day trading on does not allow me to, which is Binance US. There's a link in the description too for that. There's others out there, but I'm not a fan of them. Am I still working with Dave? Dave does still work. He does the real estate stuff, and he's got his own investments he's working on. He hasn't done a lot with the YouTube stuff here lately. I've even had a hard time. Live is really the easiest thing for me because I can go live. There's no script. There's no editing. There's no rendering, no uploads. So I can bring those to you quite often. Actually, had a little funny run-in yesterday. We're doing a roof, and of course, you'll hear me in my videos. I don't like doing very many roofs in the winter. It's not saying they can't be done, but when you got Niagara Falls pouring into your house, yeah, get your roof taken care of. Doesn't matter what time of year it is. With that being said, if you're in the middle of the cornfield, you got no roof issues, I'm not going to opt to do it for you. I would rather be at home with my family, enjoying things, life, and not have to risk worrying about a windstorm blowing the stuff apart that I just did. So it's not going to seal. It's not going to be good for the homeowner. I personally not going to do that. I still do work a little bit. You can see my last couple live videos. But anyway, we're doing this roof yesterday, and this guy come walking up, and he's all blowing me some smoke. He ended up being a really nice guy. I don't know how true it really is, but he claimed he was with OSHA and wanted to know certain things. I'm not going to go into detail here. Just being nice to him, talking to him. We have all the safety equipment, but we use it when we feel we need to. I don't tell the guys to or to not to. So that's one of the reasons why I don't show stuff out here. I've had people with OSHA comment some of my videos before. That's why I don't show that. By the way, not financial advice on anything I'm saying here, but it's worked tremendously for me. You guys are quiet today. Any other questions? Like 15 more minutes, we're going to get out of here. It's kind of a rush also when you do take a long position or a short for that matter, and you see the trades going in the right direction that you want it to. It feels really good, and then the minute it goes the opposite direction, it just here. Actually, I'll just show you as a kind of fake. Not really going to go long right now, but we're going to pull up a tool here, right here, long. I think that's it. Yeah, long position. So imagine you want to set a long position about right here. You can slide these around wherever you want. We're going to make it a little bigger so I can slide these. You can see your risk to reward ratio. Let's keep it about a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Close to enough. Anyways, so when your time period starts ticking into here, and you see this go down, this little sliver of red right here, gut sickening. It sucks. So you want to make sure you do your best with your technical analysis. You're not going to win them all. But when it ticks up into the green, then it's really nice. It feels really good. You can also, let's blow this one away, depending upon your exchange, where you are in the world, who you're using, you can do a short position. So it's just the same, but just in the opposite. And imagine that as soon as I throw it up here for you. So you're betting on the market goes down, and how you make money when the market goes down, for those that are new, what you're essentially doing is on the exchange you're using, you are buying or borrowing a crypto. So in this example, you're using Matic. You don't own it, but you're going to sell it, and you're going to borrow it from the exchange. Now you got to be careful with something because there's called a margin call. So if it trades in the opposite direction too far, they're going to margin call you, sell your asset to cover their debt, and that's not good. So right now I'd be getting sick because the difference with going shorting the market, there's a theoretical limitless loss to you. As well, I mean, on the opposite, if you go long, you can only lose what you've invested. That's it. That's still bad, but so how you make money going short, though, you're borrowing it by selling it when you didn't own it. You're betting the market's going to decline, and then you buy it back at a lower price to give back to your exchange, and the difference is what you keep. So you can make money in both. That's part of why the saying is bears make money, bulls make money, and hogs get slaughtered. I would short, I just can't with my exchange that I currently use. You guys have any crypto questions? Anything that I might be able to dive into? It's kind of a learning experience for me too. If you want to get into it, I would say now or in the next couple months is going to be a pretty good time when people are panicked to just get into it. But don't get into it unless it's money you can afford to leave out there for a long time and can afford to potentially lose completely. But right now are the good times. You know, back in July when it bottomed out, people are panicking. The fear's crazy. Crypto's been banned in China like the fifth time last year. 30, 28, 32,000 is kind of the bottom. I bought more and rode it up to about 60, whatever it peaked out at. I'll just bring it up here real quick and see. All my lists are all mixed up now. It's not where I remember them. What the heck is Bitcoin? Looking for BTC, BNB, Ethereum, Dot, Celsius, Cardano, Polygon, Cody, Shiba. No, I don't. Why the heck is it not in here? BLX. Oh, BTC USD, very top one. There we go. So let's go to the day chart. And it was not long ago, in like November, I think. So it wicked out at 60, almost $70,000. Now I didn't sell it up that high. My BTC holdings are long term in the into the future, but when you start seeing it's trading this high against these moving averages, you know it's not going to be sustainable. And then of course it corrects and starts coming down. And this is when I feel like people panic, max panic, and max fear, max pain. This is the area I think it's going to go down lower. Personally, I think we're going to get down to the 30 range, upper 20s, low 30s. That's where I'll be buying some more. Ride it out to the second, fourth quarter. Potentially have a nice big bag. What am I put drip edge over the paper or under? I personally, well, I don't use paper on the bottom edge. I use ice and water. My personal opinion, I know some manufacturers say it goes down first, but they want you to wrap it down over the fascia board and then put your drip edge on. If you do that, that's fine because most of the time if it backs up, ice damming, it's still going to be on something, making it over the fascia board onto a painted or into a gutter. why I typically go over, nobody removes the gutter, nobody removes the spikes and all that stuff to get your paper down in there. You typically run on the bottom edge. If you do that, and then you put your apron or drip on, and you get ice damming backing up and it goes under there, then it's going to get that top exposed part of your wood, whether it's 1x, OSB, plywood, and it's going to absorb into it. That's why I don't do it. Does that answer your question a little bit there? Kind of a controversial thing. There's been videos in the past, people talking about it. That's my opinion. If you can go over everything, then great, that's going to be best. Most of the time, I put my apron down and then put it on top, and it's going to seal. With that being said, it's not going to seal this time of year until it warms up. But what about the table ends? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about gable ends? Was that a mistype? Yeah, gables. No one in my area does it here. Um, why we put the paper down and then gable or drip edge on the gable, if water makes it, so there's two things in my opinion what the manufacturers of the edge metal make those ribs in there for is one, to give it a little more rigidity, and two, to give it a little bit of a hump, so if the water does wick up under there, it's going to run down those and not over those. With that being said, if it does, you put your edge metal on your gable down and then your paper, it could wick under and onto your deck surface. So we always run our paper out, then put the drip edge on the gables on. That way, if it does jump it, it's on the paper. Let's see, I just heard an alert go off on my phone. Let's go back to Matic. So I don't have to watch my charts all the time. By the way, I will say if you do get into this stuff, I use TradingView. Yeah, so I have an alert going off on my phone. It says Matic going down, and it's going to pop up here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Can you see? Anyway, I use TradingView on my phone. I have a paid version of it, the middle plan, and I can actually set alerts, and I'll show you those on here so I don't have to watch this. Matic. I'll do a little TA throughout the day, find some areas I think is a good buy or a good signal indication for something. You can see like this array right here, this ray line, I have a clock on it, so there's an alert there. Same with this orange line. I'll slide these up and down throughout the day, but what I can do is slide this up and down, and then you can right click on it, or actually there, it's this right here, alert. You can change for it to say different things. So in this case, it's Matic, crossing. You can have it do once per bar close, once only. Different options, show in app, show on screen. And this is a huge, huge time saver to not overtrade and to be watching your charts. You can have it say something, so Matic, so I know when the alert comes which one I'm watching. 5 is for the 5 minute, and it's going down, so I know it's at my target. And then you can also, I have one up here typically. Ignore the red, that's the PVVR. You can slide this one around. And typically throughout the day when I watch, I'll say like, okay, I think this could run up to the 20, possibly the 50, 100 area. So I'll slide these back down to alert me when it gets to that area. And then it's a signal of possible long position based on certain things in my criteria if it's going up. And for the past week, it's been slowly sliding them down. 10 minutes. Actually, give me 1 minute. I'm going to go turn the oven on. I'm going to get some lunch, the oven heating up for a little while. Of the few, or actually of the only one of you watching, or if you're watching in the future, you have any crypto exposure, what kind of cryptos do you watch or have you invested in? Just curious and like to know what people are watching. Yeah, I heard something on, is it Bill, no, Bayou? Bill? Let me look up his name. Tom Bayou. Bilyeu? However you pronounce his name. Bilyu. Uh, this video was posted 4 months ago, just kind of referencing it again. He's talking about American statistics shows that 40% of Americans can't cover $1,000 emergency bill, and that's kind of mind-blowingly scary. And he was talking about not just him, I think it's known, but poor people spend, middle class save, and wealthy people invest. I don't want to be on the two lower ends of those, so that's why this has been a huge part of my life for the last year, a little over a year. So I'm not telling anyone if you're watching now or in the future what to do, but just take your own financial future in your own hands. Still waiting on that perfect spot here. I typically use some of the most common indicators that a lot of other traders are going to use, so it holds more weight. By the way, with weight being said, the longer time frames you're looking at, so 5 minute holds more weight than 1 minute. But if you go to the hour of the day, that's going to hold more weight to what you're trying to look at. More transactions and volume has happened in that time period. But looking at the MACD, we're below zero. If it's red, I think it's still going to continue to go down. RSI is down, but if you look at, I mean, those will change based on your time period. So we had a nice little pump over the morning, night hours, and we're back down to some dropping. So something I see could happen, at least on this 15-minute chart. Let's go to the half-hour. Possibly a small little double bottom on the short term here. I mean, the most recent price action we've had at this price is going to be back November 18th. Wow, it's just looking ugly. We've got some family that's been into this particular coin or in crypto in general, and they bought way back up in this area here. And just the past few days, as of like 16th, have been just brutal. So you can change these colors. On mine, the yellow is the 20, the 50, the 100, and the 200. But when you see those flaring apart like this, going down, and you're trading under them, that's not good if you're going long. Just, yeah. If you're not in it, it's a good time to be ready to be greedy. Like Warren Buffett says, I love this. When people are greedy, be fearful. And when people are fearful, be greedy. So people are getting fearful. And that's where I'm about to get greedy and start buying. And then back up in this area, when people are FOMOing in and getting greedy and buying, that's when I'm trying to sell and take profits. It's really hard because like, oh, it's going to go higher. It's going to go higher. Don't be greedy. That's where you're going to get slaughtered. Write it right back down. Any other questions? I feel bad just babbling on here. See, one might be tempted to see a green candle, but if you just zoom out just a little bit, you just look at this, it's still just going down. We haven't quite got a lower low yet, but my God, it's at 141 this morning is where these candles were closing on the 5-minute chart at around 5 a.m. when I was up. I still think we have some dropping to go. Everything kind of models Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin here. You can see. Let's the day. I get rid of this Fibonacci here. Oops. Control Z. Trying to get. There we go. There's so many other things you can look at too. Like here was a little RSI bullish divergence that you can plot down here. You see the RSI trending down, losing steam, but yet the price is going higher. That's kind of an early indication of possible bullet or bearish times coming. You can have just the opposite too. You can also plot those off of the MACD. Losing steam, still rising, not looking good. Just early indicators. That's when I saw that I was taking some profit and it paid off. And if you look back, a measurement tool here, that's a 47% loss in 74 days. A lot of what my knowledge was acquired. I mean, I learned a lot about blockchain, how it all works, all the different things with it. But really, my day trading, I've only learned over the past month or so. So I really hardcore started day trading right around New Year's. And I've made some good money in this decline down here, day trading. But then way back here, end of year last year, November, I started buying in cryptos hardcore through all this. So I made some really good overall long. Even though this looks scary as hell coming down, if you look back at where I was when I was buying in November of 2020, just find a high candle right back here and see where we're at currently. Still, even if you look back with my investments from last year, it's still up 79%. I mean, what kind of stock market gives you a 79% increase in 1 year? When in doubt, zoom out. But I'm not playing a slow long-term game. I'm actually trying to find highs and lows and buying. So I bought a lot of Matic back here. I sold a lot of Matic up in here. Bought some more. Sold a little bit here, a little early. Been day trading down to here. And once I see, I mean, we're below the 200 on the day trade. That's Bitcoin. Let me go back to Matic. It's going to look similar to this. Where's Matic here? Matic. About time to get off out of here. So yeah, we're back below the 200. If you look during this entire bull run, you see it go way high, way overextended, kind of comes down, bounces off the 200, rises up, gets into the 200 moving average, back up, way overextended, right back down to the 2. We're actually below the 200 right now. That doesn't mean it's going to just shoot right back up. I mean, the sentiment is definitely looking bearish. So these shorter term moving averages, I think, are going to kind of come down. It's going to trend sideways and consolidate. We could still go down lower. You know, right now we've got a lot of this price throughout this range here. But if we dip down below the, oh wow, I hope it doesn't get down to that range. A lot of volume here. Hello. Hello. I'm on YouTube Live. But I'm getting ready to shut it down here in a minute, get lunch going. Oh, you're fine. I'm getting ready to stop here in a minute, get some food going for Millie, so I will give you a shot here in a few. All right, bye. You hear that? That's the one of the alerts. So anyway, yeah, guys, if I can help share, guide you, give you some people that I've learned from, links in the description, other YouTubers that I've learned a wealth of information from. That alarm alert went off. Systematic, 5 minutes, see what it was. Probably trending lower. Yeah, see, boom, just going off a cliff. I feel bad for the people that bought when it was high, because here I am, I feel really good thinking it's going to be a really good buying opportunity at some point. You want your markers? We're getting ready to go have lunch, okay? We'll go draw in just a second. Yeah, or it's just not going to look good today. It's going to be a bad day. Be a red day. It's been a couple of red weeks. What's up, Rod? I didn't want to give your name away, but anyway, there's only one other viewer in here. How are you feeling about this, Rod? Let me know your views. Now's your chance to chime in. Uncle Robin's right there. He's not on a video. He's here. I'll read what he says. He says, "Up, bro, kick its ass." Hell yeah.
My Uncle Rod.
Oh, he hears you right now.
Right.
Just he says, "What's up?" with some fingers pieces. Can you do a piece to Rod, Uncle Rod? Peace, Uncle Rod, right there. Anyway, Rod, just trying to share what I know a little bit here on YouTube. Of course, it's just a roofing live Q&A. So I don't know if I want to start a whole nother investment channel. I just want to share what I know on this channel with roofing and investments and money. If that turns away some of the long-term channel viewers, subscribers, I hope it doesn't. I imagine I will, but you're sliding everything around, sweetie. My intent here is to share what I know and what's helped me. Stop. Here, there you go. Slide that, but not everything, okay? Um, they're saying, "Hi, Amelia." Wow, what'd you do? Did you close everything? You closed a lot of stuff. You want to say bye? We're going to do our wrap up, okay?
Buzz.
Yep, that's what I plan on doing. In my opinion, people get on here. I appreciate it. That's what I'm here for, is to share what I know. I've learned a plethora of info from other YouTubers, other fellow YouTubers. How do you like that word, Rod? It's not a word everyday people use. Now, really, people, before YouTube came out, I've learned a lot from other people and asking their knowledge that have been places I want to go. For example, a lot of you don't know, I started sharing a little bit. I became a pilot at a young age. A lot of people helped me at the airports, and that was a big stepping stone and moving point in my life. And then I kind of just existed for a decade. Stop, Amelia, what are you doing? And then crypto last year, thanks to one of my older brothers. I've known about crypto for a really long time, but he actually got into it, so I figured I'd dive into it. I spend about 2 to 4 hours a day every night after these go to my wife and the little one go to bed, studying, learning, just absorbing up, refilling my brain. It beats because it's still, oh, it's back up. So let's slide this back down a little bit, down to another lower low. Let's slide our green line for a higher high. Actually, it's going to be about right in this region. Gets up into here, that's going to alert me, which is kind of confluent to the 200, but I think trending down, it might kiss the 200 and still drop down again. Not holding a lot of weight because it's only on the 5 minute. But enjoy it. I appreciate it. We will. We got to still cook it a little bit. We're having chicken nuggets and salad. I'll give you a shout here in a few, Rod. Morning ritual for Sundays carrying over onto Saturday today. Anyway, guys, I told you I was going to wrap up at 11. We're going to say our goodbyes here. Comment down below if you watch us anytime later. Just comment. I'll try to respond to them. I want to do more of this, and then the live content's so much easier. I don't have to edit, render, upload. Especially until I get a satellite here, Starlink. We'll be safe. Appreciate it. I will try to get you a way to contact me so we can do a same time back and forth about your pictures on that dormer, the brow or the bay window flashing that you had, giving my opinion and advice on it. It really overall didn't look too bad. There's some things that probably could have been done differently, and I'm not there to actually see piece for piece, but it didn't look bad. All right. With that being said, Amelia, do you want to tell them all bye?
Bye bye.
Satellite. I'm talking about Starlink. I need not satellite. Sorry, Starlink, because my internet here is terrible. Having a higher speed internet here with low latency out in the county. All right. Appreciate it, Rod. I'll give you a shout here in a few. Everybody else, appreciate it. Until next time, be safe, and we'll see you then.